Have you ever seen a good deal that is amazingly awesome and you think that you are ready to tackle it, and then bingo, you tackle it, you put in your offer to purchase, and then things just starts going downward? Or maybe they are now asking for some thicker document that you don't have, and maybe there is now a hefty deposit that you now need to pay. And all of these are unplanned things that we can avoid. So today it is Wednesday Deal Day, and you might be wondering why I'm asking this question. It's because I am seeing a lot of you busy parents stumbling with these kind of things. So I decided today, instead of giving you a deal, how about we set you up for success for a deal? If we are meeting for the first time, my name is TJ, your host, and I'm a former banker and founder here at the TJ Tribe. And I do business with a focus in student accommodation, flips, which is buy and sell, and coaching, with the hope that all of us, as young, upcoming modern parents, we can be able to have passive income from real estate. Welcome to the channel. I am here every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And our core business is just to make sure that you and I, as busy parents, we are beginning to be a little bit clever and we get to understand how to earn passive income, or should I say, how to earn alternative income. That's our thing here at the TJ Tribe. We stand for busy parents who are aiming to earn alternative income through real estate. So if you've never been here, that's what we do. So today I want to remove the stumbling blocks for you to be able to get funding, for you to be able to close a deal quickly. There's a few people that have managed to get it right, but a lot of us, we are stuck in this process. I'm going to assume here that, on a Wednesday like this one, you see a deal, and the next morning you hit us up with a message, or it's a WhatsApp or an email, say, I'm ready. You assume you are ready. And then we start asking you all these questions. My team member starts asking you, and you just take a bit of time. And then the deal, whoop, it's gone to the next person. Or you close the deal on paper with an offer to purchase, but you don't just get it right. And I've got a few deals that are like this. They are standing for the next 3 months, standing for the next 6 months, because you're just not getting through to the paperwork. So I want to set you up for success. That's what this video is all about. So today, grab a pen and paper. Now, I want to give you a story. This is a very short story of what transpired to me not so long ago. In one of my businesses, I assumed that everything is okay. I went out there and I signed an offer to purchase for just below 3 million rand. And thereafter, I came back and I reached out to my accountant so that they could give me my management accounts. And she then said to me, TJ, we haven't done the management accounts. They are all in draft. And at the moment, I actually don't have a bookkeeper. My bookkeeper is not feeling well. I can get to the work in a month's time. Whoa. Oh, wait. You can't do that because I have an offer to purchase. And my bond guarantee is needed in 30 days. That's what I assumed. I'm good. So for that reason, I lost a deal. I lost an opportunity where I could have bought something for just below 3 million, and I could have easily earned on that same property. The value of it could have been around about 7 million after I've done all that I needed to do. I would have put in an additional 2 million rand in it, but I couldn't. I didn't do that. I didn't set up myself for success. I looked at that, and then I came back also, and I looked at some of the deals, and I said, but TJ, you're suffering with the same things that your other clients are also suffering with. And what is this? Being prepared. So allow me, my good friends, for us to walk through this whole process of setting ourselves up for success on closing the right deal. I'm going to say that again. Setting up ourselves for success for closing the right deal for me. That's what this short conversation is all about. So you can see what I've lost here. I don't want the same to happen to you. We can remove a zero, we can add zeros to make this deal amazingly. Now, many of us, we are all married in what we call community of property. Now, when you are married in community of property, my good friends, there is no, it's like you are one. Husband and wife, you are one. So everything that you need to do, just consider that you're doing all of these things together. And if you're married out of communal property, then start to work in singular, but also start to work in assuming that you could also do what is called a joint bond. So I want to start us talking about what do we need to do to get ourselves prepared. The first one I want to mention here is, I think that one was already first, but anyway, let me say that the first one is this one. Get your finances in order. Get your finances in order. I'm just going to put that out. Get your finances in order. What does that mean? Number one, I've always said to people, let us know who you are. And within that, when we know who you are, what we generally do is, if you don't know how much you qualify for, we send you to a bond originator. Or you can follow the link here and check yourself to see how much you qualify for. So if you don't know, you cannot be granted money. The banks can grant you money if your credit score is terrible. So what is the first step that you need to do? Understand your credit score. There is an app that's called Clear Score. Like, I'm not affiliated to them, but I think they're just cool. I've seen their adverts everywhere and anywhere. I suggest start there. Just double check to see what your credit score like. But above that, get in touch with us so that we can get you to a bond originator, or look out for your bond originator and then say to them, here, I am trying to secure a property in the next 30 days. I just want to see, am I bond worthy, right? Am I bond worthy? Can you get me ready so that I can be able to bond a property? That way you will have a number. 1 million, 2 million. If you're married in communal property, you now need to collect the data of your partner and yourself. You send it through. If you're married out of property, it's just yourself. But if you're wanting to buy the properties together, even though you're married out of property, ANC with or without accrual, again, you take your paperwork, you send it through. What are they going to ask? They're going to ask the usual stuff, the FICA stuff. They're going to ask the financials and all of those things. So that's the first thing. The second thing, whilst we are talking about the finance, your finances to be in order, is that, do you have any existing debt? You've got an MTN, you've got a Edcars account, a Woolies account, I don't know, whatever accounts that you guys have, right? Try to reduce that. Try to reduce the debt. That's number one. But importantly, make sure that you're just making regular payments on time, all the time. What I normally do is that for whatever account that I have, I actually now have 0 accounts. I don't have any accounts that I pay for, like the stupid accounts. I don't have that anymore because I've built my credit record. So now all my credit scores is based on bonds. But I understand if you don't have a bond, you might want to have, one of these accounts, MTN or whatever it is, Vodacom, Cell C, or something like that, right? So what am I saying here? Pay your payments regularly. What I generally used to do is I'll pay in advance already 1 month, for just in case when something happens, the money is already there, it can go off. That's how I used to manage my stuff. On my bonds, I also do the same thing. So existing debt, clear existing debt. And by the way, don't forget, this is the month of March. We are still running our competition. There's a few books on stake to be won. And all you need to do is to type in the comment March and then something else in front of it. And you can say, March, I've learned a lot today, TJ. Or you can say, March, whatever that you want to say. And within that, we will have a competition in the first, we'll draw the results in the first week of April. And we will then we'll have a special video where we mention the winners. But above that, obviously you need to be here for you to know that you have won. It's the only way we can let you know. And then we'll give you some instructions on what to do so that we can send these books to you. Unfortunately, we can only send these books into South Africa. The cost of just sending across the borders is just so expensive. We sent some books, some material recently to someone who is in Australia, and that cost was just below 2,000 Rand, 1.8 it was. So you can see, it's not really, it is worth it, obviously, but from from a winning perspective, if you want something, it becomes very costly for us to send it out to you. So we can only send to South Africa. However, if you are out there and you are looking for these resources, yeah, let us know. We will send us an email, and our email address is hello@thetjtribe.com. You can send us an email to say, hey, I am in Australia, New Zealand, I'm looking for these resources, guys, send it to me. We will send you a separate quotation. So we'll give you the price. We'll almost give the books for you for free, and just you can pay for the courier to wherever you are. And then the last thing around managing your getting your finances in order is be realistic. Have a budget to ensure you can actually afford your monthly budgets and your monthly repayments. So you can't go into alternative income if you are suffering here today. What do I mean by suffering here today? You can't be doing alternative income if today you can't manage your finances today. So I'm going to urge you, try to manage, spend less on your incomes that you already have, and try to then, that's how you can be able to leapfrog on the alternative income. So that is number one. Number two is that I think a lot of people don't understand this. I get lots of people coming through. TJ, I qualify for 2.5 million, but I have zero cash. Oof, you're missing out. I qualify for 1.5 million, but I have zero cash. Yeah. My good friends, for any property that you're going to buy, you are going to need what we call, in some cases, many cases, there's a deposit. Okay, fine, you navigate that, there's no deposit, but you're going to need transfer costs. So if you don't have any form of amount of money, then I suggest start saving there. If you can't save that, then obviously start now to engage with other people to say, hey, if I get a deal like this one, would you be able to come in and partner with me? And how much is that? That's anything between 10% to 20%. If you're now talking, let's say, about student accommodation, it might even mean up until around about 50% of the bond that you're going to get, depending on the house that you're buying, depending on the building, because you now need to structure it differently for it to flow for students. So lots of renovations are going to be needed. So you will need cash. Cash is going to be required. Transfer fees, they cost money. Legal fees, they cost money. Insurance, maintenance needs cost money. So make sure that you already are prepared on that, right? Now, the third thing is that I did speak about this earlier on, is get a pre-approved bond. I know that it's not like a thing, because back in the days people used to walk around with a pre-approved bond certificate. Now you can see how old I am. Yeah. Some people would walk around with a pre-approved bond certificate and say, hey, I qualify for this, so I can buy this property. Banks don't offer that anymore, but they give an indication to you to say, this is how much you can bond. So get that out of the way. When you get that out of the way, so let me give you a secret. At the moment, my bond originator, I work with one bond originator. I don't have to, the only thing I have to send him, let's say I'm doing a deal next week, and this is month end, right, of whatever month, he is going to ask me of last month's payslip. Everything else he's got. If you're buying in a company, he already has my company details. He's got my FICA documentation, everything else for financials. He's got everything. So work with one person so that the process of requirements or documentation flows faster. The faster you move with the process, the sooner you start to earning your alternative income. Does that make sense? So I want to say to you here, my good friends, as we continue teaching each other on how to earn alternative income, it is highly important that we get this process going. So now that you're looking for a deal, if you're working with people like, let's say me, there's another point that I forgot to include, which is consider working with experts, right? There's lots of estate agents, mortgage advisors, we call them bond originators, attorneys. There's many of them around us. So what you need to do is to make sure that you've got a team. If you are working with us here at the TJ Tribe, you already piggyback everyone else that we work with here. So that's the other point that I wanted us to speak about. Then the other one, which is very important, another topic here that I want you guys to think about is when I started doing investment with my wife, what we knew was just buy to let, and we got to understand that there's residential, we got to understand students, we got to understand that there's commercial, and all of these things. We started going up and down, figuring it out. So today there's a lot of information available here at the TJ Tribe. If you are buying with your partner, a wife or a husband, brother, sister, club, whatever it is, I want to remind you that I think as and when you've done all of these things, the other thing that you want to decide is to decide on your best investment strategy. There is a buy to let, so you're purchasing for rental purposes, but what? Is it student accommodation? Now it's got a ripple effect on how much you need to save, a little bit more than just no more tenants. But it's got a ripple effect. If it's no more tenants, you're now earning a little bit less than student accommodation. So you need to weigh out these things, but also talk about it and get prepared. You're setting up yourself for success. Are you just wanting to do a fix-up, a flip? So that's what you're going to look out for. But what is a flip? So you're buying a property, you renovate it, and then you sell it again. Do you have the mechanism of doing this? Do you have the skill of doing that? So it's something else that you need to consider. Or maybe you're going to the next level. You're going to do the brrr, what I call the brrr strategy. And some of you don't know what this is, but we've utilized this strategy for many years here at the TJ Tribe. It's basically when you buy a property at a fairly low value, you renovate it. From renovating it, you rent it out. And now that you're earning a bit of good income, you can refinance or finance it. I just call it finance because firstly, you didn't have finance on it. So now you refinance it. When you refinance it, then you get your equity back because now you've renovated and it looks pretty and you now have cash flow coming in. And then you can repeat the same process. Hence it's called brrr. So it's B with a little R's in it, and the R's just represent renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. There you go, my good friends. So having said that, all of these things play a huge role. You might also want just to consider the right location, but sometimes opportunities comes in an area where you're not. So are you prepared to just go ahead with it if TJ is going to be managing it with his other partners? So my good friends, I'm hoping that today's video has been able to help you on how best you can navigate this. If all of this is complicated to you and you're saying, TJ, I understand you, but I want you to reach out to us. There is a form here, especially if you are wanting to go ahead to buy for long term. I want you to reach out to us. There's a link here that says www.thetjtribe.com/my-rental-deal. Give me your details. I can't be an expert in finding deals for you with all the experts that I work with, but I don't know who you are. So if I know who you are, then I can engage. If I know who you are, then I can help you, right, with that. But if we already know each other, and someone said to me, TJ, but we already know each other, do I need to fill in the form? I said, you've just done a great thing. You know me, you got my number, you have asked the question, so I can help you now. So allow me to help you, my good friends. Fill in the form, we will give you a call, and then we'll get you ready for the success of your next deal. We'll set you up for success of your next deal. It is your boy TJ. It's great hanging out with you. Don't forget that these videos are very short, so there's plenty of them. You can go through some good education around them, and if they are very good and you're getting knowledge, pass it on to the next person and say, hey, check out what this kid called TJ is talking about. He's dishing out some good information. Let's all learn. That's what this whole channel is all about, nothing else. My name is TJ. It's great hanging out with you.